Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very lovely show. And our today's guest is multifaceted personality. He is Mr. Devendra Jani from Pune. He is into modeling. He is into IT industry. He is a climate warrior. And most importantly, he is working on honeybee conservation projects. So let's welcome Devendra Jani. I can see him in the chat section. Good evening and welcome to the very lovely show. It's really great to have you here, Devin. It's really nice to
Same
see
here,
you.
ma'am. I think the electricity god is not that fortunate. We have a shutdown here, but I'm glad I could still connect with you.
Yeah, it's really nice, really nice. And everyone, please follow him on Devendra Jani. So, देवेंद्र सबसे पहले जब हम शुरू करेंगे सबसे पहला एक सवाल आता है हमारे दिमाग में लाइक नॉर्मली इस इंस्टा हैंडल होते हैं नाम से देवेन लवली और समथिंग लाइक दैट आपने रखा है बी देवेन जानी सो व्हाट इज द रीजन
So I think there is enough Mr., Miss, and Mrs. Across the world. There are very few talking about bees, and I chose to not say a lot, but my Insta handle to talk about or let people know ये bee कहाँ से शुरू हो गया है, So that is why I tried to do it a little innovative and added bee in front of my Insta handle.
Were into, Devin, you are into various fields, like you are into modeling, then you switch over to IT industry, and you are working on climate reality, leader you have mentioned in your. So, can you elaborate what is that climate reality leader? What is it all about?
So, ma'am, we have seen that world is going through a lot of sudden changes. There are floods, there are droughts, there is sudden cloud burst, there are forest fires happening everywhere. The heat is immense. Earlier, Pune was known as mini Shimla because हमारा climate इतना ठंडा और इतना अच्छा हुआ करता था. But आज you cannot live without a fan and AC in Pune. All this is all because of the climate change which is happening. Now, there is a lot we are doing in terms of using the earth, but not giving back to it. So Climate Reality Leader program is one which brings all the global leaders together to work on reducing our carbon footprint and giving earth some time to repair. Earth is very strong. वो अपने आप को खुद repair करेगी, लेकिन आपको एक मौका देना है ताकि हम सिर्फ यूज और उनसे एक्सट्रैक्ट ना करें. We give some time to repair. So under this program we run a lot of initiatives to impact climate change.
So you have reached 1,000 with your bee conservation projects. So tell us why bees and how you started. What comes in your mind, bees?
So, ma'am, frankly speaking, there is a lot which is revolving around forest and trees. Okay, trees can avoid floods by stopping the force of water. The rivers will not dry if there are enough trees because they will release the water under the mud and underground. But we are having less of these trees and forests. And most of it is because of that one seed. अगर आप देखोगे एक इतना बड़ा विशाल वृक्ष सिर्फ एक छोटे से बीज से उगता है. Now, honeybees are the ones who do pollination, जो फूल पर बैठकर परागीकरण करती है, pollination करती है, तब उस फूल का बीज बनता है. So, a big forest is created all thanks to bees. Also, in our farms, if we think that farmers हमें खाना दे रहे हैं, तो फार्म में काम कर रही है छोटी सी मधुमक्खी. They are doing pollination because of which we are getting food. And if there are no bees, around 80% of the crops we eat, vegetables and grains, fruits, वो हमें नहीं मिलेंगे. तो इसीलिए I think at the center of all of our ecology is bees. And that's how I started working with bees. जब मुझे पता चला कि oh, they are so important, I think we must work towards conserving them.
Right. It's really amazing concept, and especially when we have gone through pandemic. We have gone
Correct.
through pandemic, and has been very tough time for everyone. And
Correct.
everyone was knowing that health is wealth, but now after pandemic it's more.
Correct. आंखें
So
खुल गई है.
do bee also care for health? Like,
So, ma'am, you'll be surprised to know that I had only heard about social distancing during pandemic, but
right.
bees centuries से social distancing follow कर रही है. अगर एक bee की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, she'll send pheromone to let all other bees know that don't come close to me, otherwise you will also fall sick. क्योंकि वो बहुत एक close colony में रहते हैं,
That is
so
so amazing.
they are very careful about it. Plus, when the bee recovers and she becomes fine, she will give her antigens to the queen, जो eggs में pass करती है, which is the first dose of vaccination. And when the babies come out of the egg, the worker bees feed them royal jelly, जिसमें second dose of antigens होता है. मतलब वो भी health के मामले में इतनी careful है that they ensure that the immunity in the hive is intact. Plus, we have been hearing about sanitization, और हर जगह हम sanitizer अभी install कर रहे हैं. But
Right.
bees make their own propolis और वो सारे छित्ते में छिड़कते हैं so that it is antibacterial, antifungal and antiviral. And you'll be surprised कि Russian scientists ने ये discovery की है that bees can detect which sample has coronavirus and which sample does not in seconds. हम इंसानों को 30 minutes लगता है, आप टेस्ट कराओ 30 minutes के बाद रिजल्ट आएगा या 24 घंटे बाद रिजल्ट आएगा. But bees are so strong with their sense of smell that they can detect it immediately in seconds. मतलब हमसे ज्यादा health के बारे में I think the queen bee is very particular. So there is a lot to learn from them.
Oh, wow, it's really amazing to listen all those things because कितना कुछ जानने को है and हमारे आसपास कितना कुछ है जिससे हम बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं, but we are
True.
busy with our I think mobiles and phones and so many
I
things.
know.
So
Yeah.
many things. Okay. Actually, एक is from the very childhood, I always wanted to know why there is only one queen in a hive. Like, oh, why?
I know. So unlike in humans के royal family से ही आगे royal hires आएंगे जो prince से king और princess से queen बनेंगे, bees में ये उल्टा है. वहाँ democracy है. वहाँ worker bees decide करते हैं कि कौन queen बनेगी. और they don't have just one queen. They will have multiples so that only the strongest and the fittest will rule the hive. So they will make multiple queen cells जिसमें बहुत सारा खाना they will put ताकि उस cell से जब एक bee बाहर आएगी वो queen bee होगी. So once she comes out, she will sting all the other queen cells and she will be declared as the queen of the hive. अगर दो queens एक साथ आती है बाहर तो worker bees will ensure that they will fight and the strongest bee will become the queen of the hive. So this is a good democratic way of selecting who's going to rule the hive.
And what a fair way. I mean, so fair, so nice, कि दो आएंगी तो भी उसमें से they have this thing कि who will be
The best and the strongest will go.
strongest.
Yes.
Wow, that's really great to choose a queen.
Yeah, which is unlike our politicians and our lot of things happening here. You want your family to go ahead. There is a less of a democratic way. I think best is majority. Whoever thinks is the right, to take the chair forward or our voices are heard. I think we should follow the same like these.
And then I have heard that you have done so many school projects with the kids on these. So
Yes,
what is it all about and how you have done?
So I think आप बड़े लोगों से अगर बात करते हैं ना, so they already have a fear of bees, you know, उनको एक डर है जिसे निकालने में बहुत टाइम जाएगा. So I have decided कि बच्चों पर फोकस करते हैं क्योंकि हमारा फ्यूचर वो है. And if we tell them to do something, they have the power to change the world. So what I am trying to do is I run a project called Tree Friend. अभी मैं बच्चों से पूछता हूँ डू यू हैव फ्रेंड, सो जैसे हाँ
Oh,
ये मेरा दोस्त है, वो मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड है. एंड नाउ डेज दे गो अहेड एंड सेइंग मेरा डॉगी बूजो भी मेरा फ्रेंड है और मेरी कैटी भी मेरी बेस्ट फ्रेंड है. एंड देन आई आस्क डू यू हैव अ ट्री फ्रेंड, तो कहते नहीं ट्री फ्रेंड तो हमारा कोई नहीं है. एंड आई गिव देम अ बी फ्रेंडली सैपलिंग एंड आई टेल देम इसका ध्यान रखोगे, अगर 6 महीने इसको पानी दोगे तो इट विल नेवर रन अवे. It will grow into a beautiful tree, give you shade, give you fruit. It will be friends with other birds and animals and insects and still be a good friend to you. And kids are loving it. You know, वो उस पेड़ का बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान रखते हैं. They fight for it कि नहीं ये मेरा पेड़ है, कोई इसे टच नहीं करेगा and all. And that tree is actually a bee friendly tree. So उस पे जो flowers आते हैं, they give enough food for bees क्योंकि बीज फार्म से भागकर सिटीज में आ रही है. वहां पे इतना पेस्टिसाइड स्प्रे हो रहा है दैट दे कैन नॉट हैव फूड इन द फार्म्स. सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू गिव देम सम फूड in our cities, and who best when kids take this mission, I think we will succeed.
wow, such a beautifully you have explained, and it's a beautiful concept. I think हर कोई अगर एक sapling भी ले लेगा, so
True.
it will be a beautiful world to live to.
Absolutely. A green and
very
clean
beautiful.
world. Absolutely.
Yes, it would be very beautiful, and especially when our children are taking care, our young generation is taking care of it. It will be amazing. So,
Absolutely.
each is or like ladies are always particular about their weight, and if you're thinking why I'm asking so, because there is saying that honey reduces weight. So, is it true? Is it true?
So frankly speaking, whatever honey we have is processed honey.
Okay.
And processed honey has zero nutrition value. It will not reduce your weight. It will not improve your immunity, because in Ayurveda, honey means if it is heated, it is visharupi. It is like a poison. So
Oh,
we should not heat honey, or we should not put honey in hot water or in hot vegetables or any servings we make. So therefore, people recommend raw honey which is not heated, because then only it has the right nutrition and the right immunity level that our body can absorb. So ये जो भी marketing हो रहा है, I think it is misleading, or we are just falling prey to these marketing gimmicks, you know. कोई स्लिम सी लेडी को रख देंगे एड में, शी इज नेवर हैड हनी इन हर होल लाइफ, but just because genetically she's not putting weight, they
yeah.
misguide lot of us. But we should not have processed honey. As per Ayurveda, it is not recommended.
But this is really a new thing to me, because normally people say warm water के साथ morning में honey लोगे, lemon डालोगे, so definitely you tend to reduce weight. But this is really a new thing for me, that we should not add or mix warm thing with honey. It should be
Yes.
taken raw, and
Yes.
most importantly, it should be taken if it's totally raw from
Correct. Not
their
processed honey, which is all the
non-processed
big
one.
brands which do.
Where these are available, because शहरों में क्या होता है कि आप दुकान पे गए और easy way, we don't have time, we are lacking of time, हमारे पास हर चीज के लिए time है, but इन चीजों के लिए जो सही चीजें हैं उनके लिए टाइम
Right.
कम होता है, तो we try to have process anything जो भी पैकेजिंग में मिल जाए.
Yes, on the shelf usually.
तो
But we have some local beekeepers जो बहुत अच्छे initiatives run कर रहे हैं. They are helping farmers with beekeeping, as well as giving them a platform जहाँ से वो उनका हनी लेकर वो हम जैसे सिटी ड्वेलर्स को सर्व करते हैं in our own homes. So there is one called as Bee Basket. They make raw honey. There is another one which is called Hive, Indie Hive. Both of them are based out of Pune, and they are doing amazing work. So I think they could be one of those who we can reach for.
And I think this is really great. Unemployment जैसे रहता है, so this is also a employment can be, created out of it, because
Absolutely. They're actually supporting a lot of women to do this kind of work, because when they have money in their hand, they have decision making power. If a village woman wants her daughter or her son to study, and she goes to her husband कि हम इसे स्कूल में डालें, वो कहता है पैसे नहीं है, कोई जरूरत नहीं है, घर पे बिठाओ. But when she has some money in her own pocket, she doesn't need to take approvals. She thinks, I have some money, I want my kids to study, and she will ensure that the son and the daughter is studying, irrespective of whatever money she has. So that gives them, that is the real women empowerment and nation building for us.
But that is required. We should have some guidelines about that, because we can, every people can speak about it. Most of people just keep speaking. But होता क्या है कि जब हम actual में जाते हैं for doing some kind of thing, we require to have some guidelines or some procedure or some, sites, so that one can have a correct way to do these things.
Absolutely.
तो उसके लिए कुछ ऐसा है, कुछ ऐसी साइट्स या ऐसा कुछ कि हम और लोगों को भी इसके बारे में बता सकें और लोग इससे जुड़ सकें.
So frankly speaking, this is what the whole initiative of the government is, to give empowerment to farmers and enable rural progress and rural development. उन्होंने एक मिशन शुरू किया है जिसका नाम है हनी मिशन. और हनी मिशन की साइट पर they have all the list of details of which farmers in our own city or in our state are working with them. How can we connect with them? How can we help them buy their products instead of buying from big brands in big shopping malls? I think these small steps from us as individuals will help. So I think Honey Mission is a great place to go to for all such information.
Right. And Devin, one more thing, like I have heard about flavors, like, of honey, like ajwain hai and, ginger hai, different flavors of honey. How honeybees make flavor of honey, or it is in the process?
Correct. So usually I was thinking जैसे हम लोग essence डाल के केक में vanilla cake बनाते हैं, chocolate cake बनाते हैं. Are there people who are actually adulterating the honey उसमें कुछ मिला के, या फिर they are actually flavors of honey? And I was surprised to know कि bees are very particular about one task at a time. जैसे our mothers are super talented, they can do multiple things at a time. But bees, they do one thing at a time. So जब वो एक flower पे जाती है, वहां से nectar hive में ले आती है. अगर उस flower में nectar बचता है, तो वापस वहां जाएगी, बचा हुआ nectar ले आएगी. If there are flowers on the same tree, then they will complete all of it and get the nectar in the hive. मतलब अगर वो नीम के tree से nectar ला रही है, तो nectar में जो पोलन और फ्लेवर है वो नीम का होगा, और जो हनी बनेगा वो नीम हनी बनेगा. अगर मस्टर्ड का ब्लूम है या अजवाइन का ब्लूम है, इस तरह से we get all that flavor of the bloom she has used for, and therefore you get different flavors of honey. It's all thanks to bees कि वो एक काम हाथ में लेती है और उसे बहुत अच्छे से पूरा करती है. This is what we should learn from them, because research have said कि अगर humans multiple काम एक साथ करने की कोशिश करते हैं तो हमें कहीं भी सक्सेस नहीं मिलता है, लेकिन एक काम पर फोकस करेंगे तो उसमें सक्सेस और रिजल्ट्स बहुत अच्छे होते हैं.
But it's really amazing यार. मुझे लगता था कि देवेन की हमेशा ये प्रोसेस करते वक्त this essence or something has been added to them, but it is a really really new thing to me, and it's really amazing that from the pollen itself,
Yes.
flavor is developed. It's really
Absolutely.
amazing. It's really amazing. Matlab, I have learned these are really eye openers. Really eye openers. You know,
I'm glad.
normally
I'm glad.
it's you have so much of knowledge, but how you get interested in these things? Like how? Like
So,
what?
ma'am, I was a little worried about all the food we eat today. उसमें इतना chemicals और इतना pesticide है. तो I thought कि let me grow something on my own. और
Okay.
मैंने घर पे मिर्च उगाई, बीन्स उगाए, टमाटर, चिलीज, सब कुछ अच्छा रहा था. रेगुलरली पुदीने की चटनी बन रही थी घर में, घर की मिर्ची है, घर का पुदीना है. But I had issues with tomato. My
Okay.
tomato flowers were coming, but they were not converting into fruit, which was the tomato. So
Okay.
when I googled, I realized that only bumblebee, when it pollinates on the tomato flower, उसका pollen sac open होता है, pollination होता है, और तभी फूल से टमाटर बनेगा. And I was like, oh my God, I need tomatoes every day, and it is all thanks to bees that I am, getting what I want. And therefore, I started reading more. And to my surprise, in Pune, we have a honeybee research institute जहाँ bees पर research होती है. And I visited them. The information they shared with me, मेरा फिर उसमें interest बढ़ता गया. And that's how I started talking about bees.
So how many friends you have who really, talk about bees and आप उनको बताते हो and they really बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होंगे जो अमेज हो जाते होंगे ये सब facts सुन के because it's definitely
Absolutely.
it's a
So
beautiful.
I reach corporates and colleges and schools, and I give a 2 hours presentation on all the stories of the bees कि हम उनसे क्या सीख सकते हैं, उनकी family में कौन होता है, उनका छत्ता कैसे दिखता है, what should we do and what not. And so far, every participant is amazed with the information they get to know about bees, and that's how मैं bee fearing से उनको बी लविंग में कन्वर्ट कर पाया. मतलब हर कोई सेशन से पहले बी से डरता था, लेकिन when they start knowing that oh my god, they are so important for our food, they are so important for our earth, then they have little more empathy towards bee and they start looking them differently.
Right. Actually, I have a very different experience in my childhood. I was just plucking a flower, which I should not do. I was trying to pluck a flower, and I remember I was in some gurdwara in some Jalandhar, in Jalandhar, and I was trying to pluck a flower, and वहाँ पे honey bee was there, and
Okay.
जैसे ही मैंने वो flower को touch किया, and everybody it was like burst. हनी बीज ने उड़ना शुरू किया एंड एवरीबडी वाज रनिंग कि ये क्या हुआ ये कैसे हुआ लाइक एंड आई वाज लाइक अ कल्प्रिट बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली मैंने ये किया है मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ एंड इट वाज अ वेरी डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस तब से मुझे बहुत डर लगता था बिकॉज जब वो एक स्ट्रिंग भी लग जाता है उसका तो दे पुट आयरन थिंग टू रिमूव दैट
Yes,
स्ट्रिंग
yes,
कि
absolutely.
स्ट्रिंग निकाल दिया जाए सो मेरा वो एक्सपीरियंस था बट आपकी बातें सुन के आई एम रियली गेटिंग फेल इन लव विद हनीबीज उनसे काफी कुछ सीखने को है इट इज रियली
Absolutely.
अमेजिंग वेरी अमेजिंग सो हाउ वी कैन सेव देम लाइक थिंग्स आजकल बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रजातियां वैनिश हो रही हैं बिकॉज
Correct.
ऑफ हमारे इतने सारे हम जो चीजें यूज करते हैं केमिकल्स हैं पेस्टिसाइड्स हैं एंड अदर थिंग्स लाइक सो
So I think basic छोटे छोटे steps we can take because हर किसी से you cannot expect to do a lot of change. Okay, first few things is we'll give them food, and for that we could grow local flowers. और फॉर दैट मैटर सरसों हर किसी के घर में होता है जिसको मराठी में राई मोहरी कहते हैं. If you put that in your pots in your garden, you'll get beautiful yellow flowers. Plus, it will give a good mix of pollen and nectar for the local bees. हमको इसमें ज्यादा कुछ नहीं लगता है, हमारी आसपास की ब्यूटी भी enhance होती है and bees get food. Food is one. Second is water. I think there is so much of pollution in the river. I don't think they have enough water to drink or have a sip. So you can keep a small bee bath जहाँ पे एक बाउल में आप थोड़े pebbles, stones, sticks डाल के रख सकते हो, so that they can land on it, take a sip and go back. Unfortunately वो इतनी smart है लेकिन उन्हें swimming नहीं आती है, so we need something so that they can land on it.
Right.
Then give them home. यूजुअली हम जब पुराने जमाने में मिट्टी के घरों में रहते थे, हम लकड़ी का यूज करते थे, उसमें ड्रिल करके बहुत सारी नेटिव स्पीशीज ऑफ बीज अपने घर बनाती है. नॉट दैट बड़ा छत्ता, बट छोटे छोटे से होल्स करके उनमें रहती है नेटिव स्पीशीज ऑफ बीज. लेकिन अभी वो अवेलेबल नहीं है. सो वी शुड कीप अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ क्लीन मड एंड सम ओल्ड वुड वेयर दे कैन कंटिन्यू ड्रिलिंग एंड मेकिंग देयर होम्स. देयर आर फ्यू मोर थिंग्स लाइक ask where is your food coming from, क्योंकि कई बारी हमें पता ही नहीं होता है कि हमारा खाना आ कहाँ से रहा है. एंड देन push those farmers कि आप poisonous pesticides अपने फार्म में मत यूज कीजिए, because वो चीज बीज तो मर ही रही है, लेकिन वो छोटा सा पॉइजन हमारे अंदर जाके हमारे किसी ना किसी ऑर्गन के लिए इशू क्रिएट कर रहा है, और फिर उस पॉइजन को रोकने के लिए उस पर सारे सेल्स अटैक करते हैं, दे बिकम ट्यूमर्स, एंड देन वी से ओ ये तो ट्यूमर हो रहा है, कैंसर हो रहा है, बट इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द फूड विच वी आर ईटिंग, यू नो. सो अगर वहां पे फार्म में पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज होनी बंद हो जाएगी, हमें तो अच्छा खाना मिलेगा ही, बीज के लिए भी एक सेफ प्लेस हो जाएगी खाना मिलने के लिए, यू नो. लास्टली वी शुड teach our kids not to be afraid of bees, क्योंकि अगर हम उनके अंदर डर पैदा करेंगे तो फिर ये बीज बहुत रिस्क में आ सकती हैं. सो इफ वी गिव देम सम लिवरेज, अभी से उनको सिखाएंगे, क्या पता यही बच्चे बी साइंटिस्ट बने और पूरे वर्ल्ड को दिखाए कि इंडिया किस तरह से बीज को बचाने की मुहिम में लगा हुआ है. और लास्टली आई हैव ओपन ए लीगल पिटिशन जहां पे हम इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से ये एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि जो यूएस और यूरोप ने पॉइजनस पेस्टिसाइड्स बंद किए हैं फार्म में जाने के लिए, वो हम इंडिया में भी अप्लाई करें, एंड वी स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो दोज पॉइजन नॉट टू गो इनटू आवर फार्म. सो वी शुड साइन दिस पिटिशन so that we can push our policy makers also to save bees.
No, definitely we should and everybody should sign it so that it will be more strong. And
thank you so
really
much.
Nice. And Devin, this is amazing that you are working with kids, जो कि सबसे बड़ी सबसे अच्छी बात है, because उनको समझाना is really easy. Yes. And अगर वो एक बार समझ जाते हैं तो definitely हमारा जो future है that will be in the great hands.
Sorted, absolutely.
Sort हो जाएगा really. And it's really nice, कि आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. And I hope, so आप स्कूल से कैसे जुड़ते हैं? Like जो इन प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए अगर कोई स्कूल आपसे जुड़ना चाहे to know about these projects, कि कैसे हम अपने यहाँ भी बच्चों को ये सिखा सकते हैं. So
they can just reach me on my Facebook or Instagram handle. Both the handles are called Be the Lead, BEETHELEAD, जहाँ पे हम बीज से लीडरशिप सीख रहे हैं और किस तरह से हम अपनी लाइफ और प्लैनेट को इम्प्रूव करें. सो एंड देन विद वर्ड ऑफ माउथ एक स्कूल दूसरे स्कूल को बताता है कि वी आर रनिंग दिस प्रोजेक्ट, यू ऑल्सो रन इट, यू नो, एंड दैट्स हाउ इट स्टार्ट्स गोइंग अहेड.
No, but it's really informative. आपसे आज बात करके मुझे इतना कुछ जानने को मिला. It was really a eye opener. And बहुत कुछ सीखने को है हमारे आसपास के जो भी छोटे छोटे प्राणी हैं, लेकिन इनसे बहुत कुछ सीखने को है अगर हम कुछ अपने समय निकाल सकें इन सब चीजों के लिए. तो आई थिंक इससे अच्छी कोई बात हो नहीं सकती है.
Absolutely. अपने फोन से थोड़ा सा हटकर अगर हम बाहर नेचर के साथ थोड़ा भी टाइम स्पेंड करें, it is healing, it is empowering, and it is great for our body.
And really, that's
the light is up.
Because this is the true fact, so that's why light is there. No, but it's really amazing. आप जैसे यूथ अगर सब हो जाएं, सब ऐसा सोचने लगे, तो आई थिंक इससे अच्छी जगह रहने की कोई नहीं होगी. अगर हर इंसान आपके जैसा सोचने लगे और आपके जैसा काम करने लगे और इतना इंटरेस्ट से किसी चीज को लेकर आए जिसमें हम लोगों का सबका फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा सेफ एनवायरनमेंट हम लोगों को मिलेगा. खाना एकदम करेक्ट एंड प्रॉपरली ऑर्गेनिक चीजें होंगी सो
Yes.
बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला देवन इट वाज रियली अमेजिंग टॉकिंग टू यू वंडरफुल टॉकिंग टू यू देवन कैन यू प्लीज आप एक बार अपना इंस्टा आईडी बता दीजिए सो दैट पीपल कैन फॉलो मी
Sure, ma'am. I have two Insta handles. One is Be the Lead, BEETHELEAT, and then the one which we are live from, which is B Devendra Jani. Looking forward to all the support which I've got so far, and thank you so much for the opportunity, ma'am. It was
No, it
amazing to
was
be
our
part of your
pleasure.
show.
Definitely, it was our pleasure. It was really great talking to you. Everyone who all are here, please follow him. And if any query regarding honeybees or anything, please DM him. They can DM you, no?
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely.
So please DM him and anything you want to know because we really require such good place, where everything is organic.
Absolutely.
They're really nice, and it was great to have you here on our show. Thank you so very much, Devan. Time to wrap up. बहुत कुछ जाना हमने थोड़े समय में और आई होप ये सबके लिए बहुत फ्रूटफुल होगा एंड ये सेशन बहुत अच्छा रहा बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग हियर
Thank you so much for having me, ma'am. Have a nice day ahead.
Yeah, thank you everyone and keep watching the very lovely show and stay tuned for our new live sessions, new stories, and we will be coming up with more of such things which is more informative, which is more eye-opener and stay tuned just. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Devin. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. See you.
Bye.